Imagine walking alone on a deserted road, the only sound being the creaking of trees and the distant hum of a car driving by. Suddenly, you hear a faint whisper in your ear, "You're being watched." You spin around, but there's no one there. This is the chilling reality for the residents of Lake County, where a suspected serial killer has been charged in a decades-old cold case homicide investigation. You find yourself standing at the edge of a dense forest, the trees towering above you like sentinels. The air is thick with the scent of damp earth and decaying leaves. It's a typical autumn evening in Lake County, but amidst the tranquility, a sense of unease settles in the pit of your stomach. A young woman has gone missing, and as the sun dips below the horizon, her family's worst fears are realized. The search party combs the forest, their flashlights casting eerie shadows on the ground. The sound of leaves crunching beneath their feet is the only noise that breaks the silence. As you walk alongside them, you can't shake off the feeling that you're being watched, that unblinking eyes are trained on you from the darkness. Days turn into weeks, and the search for the missing woman continues. You're part of the team that's scouring the forest, and as you push through the underbrush, you stumble upon a clearing. In the center of the clearing stands an old, dilapidated shack, its windows boarded up and its door hanging crookedly on its hinges. The air around you grows thick with an eerie, unsettling energy. You approach the shack cautiously, your heart pounding in your chest. As you push open the creaky door, a musty smell wafts out, and you're met with a sight that makes your blood run cold. Inside, you find a series of cryptic messages scrawled on the walls, each one more chilling than the last. It's as if the killer is taunting you, leaving a trail of breadcrumbs that lead deeper into the heart of darkness. The discovery of the shack and the cryptic messages sets off a chain reaction, and soon, the investigation is in full swing. You're part of the team that's tasked with unraveling the mystery, and as you dig deeper, you begin to uncover a web of secrets and lies. The suspect's profile begins to take shape, and you're shocked to find that it's someone who was hiding in plain sight all along. The more you learn, the more you realize that nothing is as it seems, and that the truth is far more sinister than you ever imagined. As you pore over the evidence, you start to notice a pattern, a trail of breadcrumbs that leads you closer to the killer's identity. But just as you think you're getting close, you receive a chilling message that makes you question everything. As the investigation heats up, you're confronted with a shocking twist that throws everything off balance. The suspect's identity is revealed, and it's someone who was least expected. You're left reeling, trying to process the information and make sense of the chaos. The more you learn, the more you realize that the killer's motives are far more complex than you ever imagined. It's a twisted game of cat and mouse, and you're not sure who's the predator and who's the prey. As you struggle to come to terms with the revelation, you receive a package with no return address. Inside, you find a series of Polaroids, each one depicting a different victim. The message is clear: the killer is still out there, watching and waiting. The revelation of the killer's identity sends shockwaves through the community, and as the news spreads, the town is plunged into chaos. You're part of the team that's tasked with picking up the pieces, trying to make sense of the senseless. The victims' families are left to grapple with the aftermath, trying to come to terms with the loss of their loved ones. As you walk through the streets, you're met with a mix of emotions: anger, sadness, and fear. The town is forever changed, and the memory of the victims will haunt the residents for years to come. But as you reflect on the events, you can't shake off the feeling that there's still more to the story, that there are still secrets waiting to be uncovered. As the dust settles, you're left to ponder the questions that still linger. What drove the killer to commit such heinous crimes? What secrets are still hidden in the shadows, waiting to be uncovered? The case may be closed, but the mystery will haunt you forever. You can't help but wonder what other secrets are hiding in plain sight, waiting to be discovered. The truth is, the darkness that lurks within human hearts is far more terrifying than any monster or ghost story. And as you look back on the events, you realize that the most haunting question of all is, what if the killer is still out there, watching and waiting? The thought sends a chill down your spine, and you're left with a sense of unease, a feeling that the nightmare is far from over. As we conclude this haunting tale, you're left with more questions than answers. The mystery may be solved, but the darkness that lurks within human hearts remains. If you've made it this far, you're part of a community that's brave enough to face the truth. So, like this video, comment below with your theory, and subscribe for more true crime content. But be warned, once you venture into the world of true crime, there's no turning back. The darkness will haunt you, and the questions will linger. So, ask yourself, what's the truth that you're afraid to face? The answer may be more terrifying than you think.